Hello everybody, my name is Leo and with this video we will share a demo review of the new UAFX Dream 65. First of all, we will hear the unit in action with the demo song, actually a double demo song with some jazz nuances. Then we will describe the unit, then we will hear more sounds using this pedal in an ampless setup and also comparing the unit versus the real Deluxe Reverb with pretty interesting results, especially using the pedal with an ES175. And finally, I will give you my 2 cents. So I hope you enjoy and please don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell, as it would really help me to make more videos like this. Let's start! The Dream 65, other than providing a simulation of the Deluxe Reverb, has also a boost built-in that you can control with a dedicated knob, and two modes that are switchable with a dedicated switch. Basically, with the switch you can select the Bass Deluxe Reverb or an 80 modded version or a Steve Ray Vaughan modification. The pedal offers also a tube spring reverb recreation and a vibrato, with both these effects that are adjustable via dedicated knobs. You have a knob dedicated to the reverb amount and two knobs dedicated to the speed and intensity of the vibrato effect. You also have a gain knob and an overall volume one, along with the regular bass and treble control knobs. Furthermore, you can choose among 3 different speaker simulations with 3 more that you can download once you have registered the pedal via the dedicated app. You can browse the speakers thanks to a dedicated switch. You can switch off the cab simulation, but you cannot load your own IR, which is a kind of a bummer. Furthermore, the pedal offers the possibility to store a preset pressing the Alt switch. You have one foot switch that can be used to activate or deactivate the pedal, and the other one to select the preset and to switch it on and off. Furthermore, with the UAFX Control mobile app, you can change the operation of your pedal and your pedal's foot switches for your amplifier setup and performance preferences. For example, if you use the Dream 65 as your main amplifier and you don't need to bypass your pedal, you can use foot switch modes to toggle boost and vibrato, reverb and vibrato, or reverb and boost, on and off, etc. There is a chart in the Universal Audio website that you can check out with all the possible combinations. As regards the I/O, you have a stereo input and a stereo output, which allows to use the pedal in different ways. For instance, you can use it as a standalone amp simulation in an ampless pedalboard, or you can cascade 2 or 3 UAFX amp pedals together, or you can send the signal directly to your audio interface, or you can use it as one more preamp of your actual amp, connecting the UAFX with the 4-cable method. So you have basically plenty of possibilities. The pedal has no MIDI in and out, neither via USB, as far as I understood, and no balanced outputs, which is a kind of a bummer. With the UAFX mobile app, you can download artist tones, customize features, explore presets, and these are nice features. The pedal runs at 9 volts and 400 mA. The weight is 567 grams and the price is around $400 for each of the pedal, so they are quite pricey. Let's now hear some more sounds. Here we are in the more sound section of this video, that is actually divided in 2 parts. The first one, where we are gonna try extensively the Dream 65 in this pedalboard configuration, and then in the second part, where we will focus the Dream 65 against a real Deluxe Reverb, with some pretty interesting result, I think. Now, let's start with the Dream 65 in a pedalboard situation. I have my Sir Classic Antique S that is going into the Plethora X5, where you can insert in the loop a pedal, an effect. And so the send of the Plethora is going to the input of the Maxon White Edition, which is very cool. The output of the Maxon is going into the Dream 65. The output of the Dream 65 is going into the return of the Plethora X5. Then the stereo output actually of the Plethora is going into this canvas stereo, which basically convert unbalanced stereo output into balanced stereo outputs that are then going into my digital audio workstation. In this way, I think I have a pretty powerful stereo rig with balanced output, which is something not very common. Another thing to point out is that, as you may notice, with the Plethora you have basically one of the 5 effect slots which can be dedicated to the effect loop, where basically I have the Dream 65 that is at the beginning of the loop. I could have inserted this loop in whatever position, for instance adding a compressor before the Dream 65. Now, the signal chain in the Plethora X5 has a chorus, a delay, a reverb and a looper. So that's basically all I need for jigging with my band or for an actual live show. Obviously you can combine many different effects with the Plethora X5. So this is the sound without the Dream 65 in the loop. Here I'm switching on the Dream 65. Obviously from night to day. Now let's try out a little bit the Dream 65. This is the basic Deluxe Reverb with this switch in the middle, with everything basically to noon without the reverb and with the first cabinet. Let's now hear the reverb. We will also hear the spring reverb of this pedal versus the actual spring reverb of the real tube amp. Now, one thing I wanted to try is how it reacts to pedal. So I would switch to the Steve Ray Vaughan mode, adding a little bit of gain. Let's add a touch of reverb. And now let's add the Maxon. Let's remove the pedal. It reacts pretty well to your touch. Let's add even more gain. Very nice. I think that the Maxon OD9 is actually a very nice companion for the Dream 65, especially in the Stevie Ray Vaughan mode. We can obviously add a delay. I would play with this tone forever. Let's hear some more cab. Actually, this one is the one I prefer the most, the EV12. Now, we have heard that this pedal sounds pretty well with this configuration in an ampless setup. The Maxon Cream Drive is perfect, is a perfect companion, and the Dream 65 takes pedal pretty well, and also the Plethora X5 is a very good companion. And here you have plenty of tonal possibilities. Now the question is, how the Dream 65 compares to the real Deluxe Reverb? Let's find out. Final considerations here, and please notice that these are gonna be my personal opinions and you may not agree with me, and this is totally fine. Furthermore, I have bought this pedal with my own money and this video is not sponsored. Therefore, this is my brutally honest opinion. Let's share the pros and cons of this pedal in my opinion. The pros. Well, first of all, it is very sturdy and robust. Then I like the 3 amp mods. It's nice to be able to go from a kind of jazz clean tone to a more 80 overdriven one to a bluesy Steve Ray Vaughan kind of tone. The 3 mods adds a lot of tonal variations at your disposal. Then I would mention that it takes overdrive pedals very well. Furthermore, it allows to build an ampless pedalboard pretty easily with more tonal variations than the ones I expected initially. Then I love the reverb and the vibrato effects. that both sound very nice. The cons: no MIDI in, no input jack, for instance for channel switching or to activate or deactivate the boost. So basically it is not possible to integrate this pedal in a modern pedal board with a switching system like the Boss ES8, and this is kind of annoying. Why Bluetooth and no MIDI or no input for controlling the unit? This is really a strange choice in my opinion. This would be a perfect pedal for an ampless setup, but the missing possibility to control the unit via, for instance, a MIDI device or a switcher is really annoying. The other cons I would mention is that there are no balanced outputs that could have been implemented, for instance, with TRS jacks. Of course, you can overcome this limitation using an external box like the Walrus Audio Canvas, but of course it is a pretty nice unit and pricey unit at $260 for the stereo version. Let's now talk about the tone. Of course, it sounds good, and I don't think you are limited in terms of tonal variety. Of course, this is a simulation of one amp, but the mod switch allows you to access a pretty wide variety of tones, actually. As regards the comparison with the real Deluxe Reverb, let me say that every time I have compared this pedal to my real Fender Deluxe Reverb, I have always preferred the original amp, especially in the representation of the low and high frequencies. I have also found that with my Gibson ES175, the real amp is reacting more pleasingly to my touch, accepting better when I pushed strongly the strings, without any distortion, but maintaining a pleasing clean tone, where with the Dream 65 pedal I had to pay more attention in order to keep the tone clean. This is particularly true in a jazz setup, as I was saying, with my ES175. This is maybe due to the real amp modeled by the pedal, as we know that each real amp is slightly different from the other, even if they are the exact same model. In any case, this is what I have experienced testing head-to-head the pedal and the real amp. Another thing I would like to mention is that the spring reverb in the pedal is super nice, but a little bit different from the real one, which is more intrusive, I would say. That's for saying that you should not expect an exact replica of the real Deluxe Reverb spring reverb, but a variation that actually I prefer even more compared to the real one. The last consideration I would make is about the value for money. Now, the competitors of this unit are the Strymon Iridium, the NUX Amp Academy, the amplifier Firebox MK2, which all overall offer more features, in my opinion, compared to the Dream 65. So the question is the sound, the tone and feel of the Dream 65 so much better to overcome the feature limitation of this pedal compared to the other ones? Well, stay tuned, subscribe and ring the bell not to miss my upcoming video where we will compare this pedal to the Strymon Iridium. And now I would really like to know your opinion about this pedal. What about the value for money? What about the comparison of the tone of this pedal versus the real Deluxe Reverb? Please let me know your precious and valuable opinions in the comment section below. We have now reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did it, please subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell and leave a thumb up. It will be of a great help. And of course, you won't miss my future videos. If you're interested in my IRs, you can check out the link in the card above or description below, where there is also a link to a playlist of songs of mine and to my 2 new Leo Gibson Band songs. Thank you for watching and see you soon in my next video. Bye bye.